Trump increased South Korea tariff from 15% to 25% on autos, lumbers, pharma, and all others. Good one. So today there's no economic calendar for today, but tomorrow morning we'll be having CPI from the Australia by 1:30 a.m. We have 3 p.m. from Canada, Bank of Canada interest rates. I will be having FOMC. You see, the truth of the matter is, if we if we always check news, we will not trade. That's not the truth. Anytime there's a news you want something, you are waiting, you will not trade because there's always news red folder on all this pair. For example, now can you tell me that okay, tomorrow that we are going to trade anything because I can that thing after 3:45 because interest rate, this bank rate is a very critical news. So if you say you want to stay away, mean that you are not trading, or FOMC that will come by 8 p.m. So in all this, news is good, but if you because say okay, news, therefore you will not trade. So it's better in news. Though there are some news, if it's early news, you can avoid it. But when you see a good setup, enter your trade, put your risk, let the news come. The best thing is the worst you can do is that two things, whether the risk favor you or it go against you. So, and that's why swing trader we don't look at news. There are some swing trader that all this they don't even come to all this news. What the paramount is the setup. Once they say good setup, they enter their trade. Let news do the rest thing. So that is it. So yesterday we're looking at this position, this yellow bar here for DSY that I said that we likely see DSY bouncing from this zone, and it's like it's happening now because that zone is it's a daily it's a zone that fair value gap that when price created it left it, and we see price push up. So, and I was looking at it yesterday, I said we will likely see a kind of bounce from that imbalance, then that may likely push the market up a little. So, but even from daily, we are still much bearish on we are still much bullish on dollar. We change character now. We have this was a premium to this leg price sell off with momentum, not just with momentum sell off, give us another break of structure. So this is still much bearish, but no price will not just be going forever. The market's working fragile. So price has come to a higher time frame imbalance, which balanced it already. And now we are seeing a push. So we may see a kind of low time bullish on DSY, on dollar. So that is now, can we trade this? Yes, but we have to trade it with caution, right? So coming to 4 hours, I marked out this big fair value gap yesterday. So if you are trading, if you are buying dollar, then we have to be careful of this. Once price is getting to this imbalance, so maybe you'll be taking your profit, and let's wait and see how price will react to that imbalance. So now 1 hour, so you can see that dollar is pushing up. Now we have not seen a kind of market shift in 1 hour, though So we have this low, right? We have this low, okay? We can tell that, okay, maybe liquid have taken with that low because, but this is the high that we need for 1 hour for price to shift in market structure. So once we have that, this 1 hour candle close here, then maybe we can look for a kind of buy to that imbalance on 1 hour. So this is what a low time frame bullish scenario that we would love to see on DSY. So higher time frame, both daily 4 hours, they are much bearish. So, but due to this higher time frame imbalance that price is bouncing from, we may likely see lower time frame, maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 15 minutes bullish, which we can take advantage, a form of counter trade to trade to this in this fair value gap and take our profit and go away. Then we now from this area, if we see any bearish evidence again, we can continue selling dollar. So for now, bullish is coming in 1 hour, but we've not shifted market structure on 1 hour. So this eye, you can see all this eye that break this low. Then we need that eye to be taken, then pull back, then we can now look for a buy opportunity on dollar. So there's nothing too much, it's just very straightforward. So Euro USD, so uh the same thing that's playing out on dollar is on DSY is playing out on Euro USD. So higher time frame. So we still have much of drawn liquidity on that high, which price has not taken. Although this also serves as 50% of this week. I was saying yesterday that we may likely see. So everything here still serve as what the 50% of this week still serve as a kind of so that resistance as a kind of zone that though we may likely also see a kind of pullback from there. So price has mitigated the 50%, and yesterday we closed bullish. So because of the closing of bullish yesterday, for me, I'm not interested in quickly want to sell Euro USD for now because the price is seriously bullish, guys. You can see when you see a big candles, when you see big candle like this, you know that it's seriously it's stupidly bullish, right? And this morning candle open, you can see that the yesterday candle high has not been taken. If this candle have taken out yesterday high, maybe we have just go to lower time frame and look for lower time bearish. But for now, the eye is intact. So whatever is happening, still pull back. So we have this big candle here, which stand as a base that will be engineer a bullish continuation. So in essence, Euro USD is still bullish. Euro USD is still much what? It's still much bullish. Chama, I hope you are okay. Okay, you are sounding. I'm not sounding smart. I'm okay. Thank you, Bridget. But you guys can hear me clearly. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
Okay.
we can see now that something's playing out on Euro USD on 4 hours. We change character, we break structure. So you see, something here, you must be very careful. A lot of things is happening here. A lot of things is happening here. A lot of things the kind of price action that is happening, I don't even understand. We just have to be careful. I would love to say for a good conviction if we see here. But as this now, the reason why I say a lot of confusion is happening here is that a lot of inducements has now left to me. This demand zone here still much open, right? Why is this much open? We have price changing character. Then the demand zone is still open. They have not mitigated the demand zone, and not just the demand zone is attached by this tiny fair value gap. Now they move price away. Create another little base. They move again and cause another break of structure. So now we have imbalance here. We have this low. So we have demand open. We have this base. Likewise, this place is also valid for a kind of demand. So a lot of things happening on Euro USD that it may got. So maybe 1 hour will give us a good picture of where we can position. So on 1 hour now, say 1 hour is giving us more statement, break of structure. So now that's why I put this blue line here under this base. So let's see if price drops to this place. So in nutshell, that we need to see confirmations. As price comes down here, we need to see what a confirmation that okay, this guy is ready to buy. So we are not going to just hurry to buy. And then for us to say, okay, what can we do now for us to look for what? A sell opportunity, right? So I would also love to say why, because price is coming from a kind of supply zone. So which if we see a change of character in 1 hour, we can look for say just like what's happening on DSY. So we have this high here. So we can assume that liquidity taking above that high. Good. So we have seen it. They have taken liquidity. So we have this low here. We have this low to deal with. Right. So this is what I'll be looking at for. So we shall be looking out for that. So all we need to see a kind of close below that low. Then we can look for what? We can set back to this place first. So this is low time 1 hour trade. 1 hour time frame trade will be want to do. So a change of character on 1 hour, we look for here become a supply zone. So we look for a sell around there. Then we can target this drawn liquidity that is low here. So because I'm very certain that if this sell continue, we will get to this, at least this place, if not this low here. So be patient, wait for this sell, wait for this 1 hour sell to materialize or to mature. Not just sell now, because I know some people now will just begin to sell. It has not. Price can come to this place now because there's a demand there. This is the last demand here before this sweep. Price can come back in and continue and bounce up. So let's be guided. We move to pounds. So is pound bullish now? Yes. Pound is still bullish. But the bullish, again, we have come to a kind of strong resistance area. This place is a resistance area. So let's mark it out. Or not resistance, I mean a supply area. So we see yesterday candle now push and close in form of kind of weakness, but it's still bullish. So today candle will determine if we see a Gulf candle here, That will work in our favor to push price down. So you can see with a clear break of structure. So higher time frame still reading bullish on dollar, on pound, cable. We also call it cable. So price is sitting on a supply zone now, but it has not given us any clue for whether buying or selling for now. So maybe 1 hour now. 1 hour. Can I begin to read market structure in 1 hour now? So we have this high, we have this low, breaker high. So we need price to also take out this low, right? So we just need price to take out this low. We need a change of character in this 1 hour. So if you can see something like this, then we can use this one as a base and sell maybe back to this fair value gap for now. So selling to sell GBP USD, we need this formation to happen. It means, what is it pointing out to? Be patient, be patient, be patient. Be patient, be patient. Right. So I will not say more than that. What's happening with BTC? BTC, this guy is just doing one thing. It's still bearish. So BTC is still bearish. We'll likely set back to this place safe. So if you are a lover of BTC, you'll be looking for sell on BTC. Simple. So what's our friend? Gold. Goldiski. This guy know. Okay. So yesterday, this red candle yesterday, when we were in this session, this red candle was a bullish candle. And I said, we need to wait and see how that candle will end. Now, that candle closed bearish yesterday. We are still waiting. Today open now. Today's open is still bullish. Let's see how today candle also will close. Now, if this candle close bullish, what is that telling us? It's like they have used this psychological line, 5,000, as a support base. So we need to see this guy close bullish again today. But if this guy close like yesterday, trouble is on the way. Because, everybody is looking at 5,000, a psychological line that a kind of reversal may come, but they break it. But the breakout now is not that too strong. For this guy to close pin buy yesterday, it shows that there are weaknesses in the areas of the buying. So let's see how this candle will. So just be patient on gold, because price has overstretched, and a lot of money. People have made money with this bullish, but it's time for you to slow down now, fold your hand, and wait for the next, what the big boys, what they want to do next. So that's my suggestion on gold, though. So see yesterday on 4 hours, they sell off, they push price down to the 5,000, making a base, and price push now. So I would love to see, I tell you, if you see once a bearish daily candle is trading below the 5,000, there's trouble. Once we see a daily candle or 4-hour candle is trading below this 5,000, this black line, then what you will see is that became a resistance. There's tendencies that you can push price down. And the reason why, if this guy is selling, he may sell for long. There are a lot of, you can see this gap here is still there. So we have that gap. We have that gap one there. We have a lot of, you can see a lot of liquidity void. See here. So with time, all these guys here will be corrected. I don't know when, but the time will come that they will correct all these gaps. So just be patient on gold. This is not time for you to go and be buying gold for now. Hold on. Let's make sure that if guy is going to buy, this 5,000 become a strong base. Maybe they wick it out, close bullish again on daily. And that will not, this play will not stand as a strong support zone. Then you cannot be looking for a buy. But for now, wait for at least today or tomorrow. Let's see the direction that gold will give to us. So.
Well, let me add something to it, Valentine. Good
Oh,
morning.
boss. Thank you, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Morning, everyone. So currently what we're having in gold is not anything related to the technicals. So we have a lot of uncertainty in the globally that is driving the gold price up. So many factors. One is from Trump. Trump has been trampling upon the sovereignty of so many countries. So this is rising. There are rising tensions that there could be war and some other things. So investors are looking at, okay, where do we put our investments to be safe in the interim? That's why we are having good price rising. Now the way it is, from what gold has been doing, there's no point trying to spot stops or bottoms. What is advisable to do here is, if you have some funds to risk, you could just more risk, take a position, and then allow time to do the heavy lifting. Over time, from what we're having here, the market price will likely continue to rally. A lot of banks are buying gold currently as we speak, and that's why we see gold price rising. So for me, I don't think it's advisable to be picking tops and bottom here. It's just $100 account and take 0.01. Just leave it for some weeks. You'll be so surprised that you could make $200 on your $100 maybe the next 2-3 weeks. So that's my take for now. For now, what we're having is all around fundamental driving gold price up. We may hit 10,000 before March or April. I mean, $10,000 per ounce for gold. We watch and see as it unfolds, as the gold days drawn near or draw close. Thank you.
All right. So if you have money, take a risk. All right. Because of time, let's move fast. I have some few before I hand over. So AUD. So the same thing is also happening on, because of this Trump, dollar is kind of weak. So you can see when you see big candle in the market like this, just know that dollar's in trouble. So for now, but you can see what I can attest that pull back and continue buying. So here now we have this high so now we are coming to this major high, and that's how we are seeing a kind of we like to say kind of pullback, but the pullback should be a continuation. Likewise, this guy has overstretched. When price overstretched like this, there's a room for correction there before they continue. So are we bullish? Yes. Are we bearish now? No. But there's a room for what? Maybe correction. Then before we move, we have this let's put this one as a base that this guy may be corrected to display that other block, which is a demand zone there before we continue again. So let's just watch as all this unfold. FOMC is tomorrow. So maybe by tomorrow, end of tomorrow, we will see what all this thing will do. Likewise, every of the USD pair. So pullback USD is doing pullback now. So all you need to do, position yourself. Once pullback expired, wait for correction and sell. So that is it. So let me give him to Sito to do other minor currencies. I think there are more opportunities on those other minor currencies now than USD. So if you trade S&P 500, this now the stock market now, I think now that the economy of the US is getting a lot of noise, so it's also look the side of the stock market and to put money there. This one is advisable to buy and leave, not to be trading in. Just put money there, take a risk, buy and leave. But for me, I want to see a daily candle trading above this high. So once we have a daily candle, weekly candle trading above here, good. That will continue for the rest of the year. That would call a bullish continuation for the rest of the year. That's what I'm waiting for. I am patiently wait for a breakout, then maybe weekly breakout from this last year high. Once it's taken, then for the rest of the year, that will be bullish for the S&P and the NASDAQ. So if you have money, I've said before, don't fund your account, your DuPont, and wait till wait for this out. This once it's out, I will tell us where to go in on this. So thank you for your time. So I'll turn over now to Sito so that you can show us setup on minor currency. God bless you all.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Mr. Val. Please, am I audible?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so let's touch one or two things on the minor side of things, and then we'll call it a day, just to add to what we already have. So let me start with CAD CHF. We have been very, very bearish on CAD CHF. I think this is on the monthly. Okay, from the weekly, you see that we reacted from this resistance zone that is lying down here, and then ever since then we have been falling. So we are forecasting that we should fall all the way till this low. Okay, since we started the drop from this guy, like this, so expecting it to come back and finish up the move here. All right. So what's our job? Our job now is to seek the most recent expansion on the lower time frame so that we can join in. Okay, so this is what we are having here. So I'm seeing this nice key level that is laying down here. I like this zone because this zone was here before. We had some couple of interactions there, and then price has now broken below that zone. I'm expecting price to come back to this place and then sell from here all the way to the to this low here. So that is direction for us on CAD CHF. So I just want a pullback. This is a daily time frame now. So this is the last place where price did a lot of interaction. So I'm expecting price to do a pullback inside these zones before we fall. So on the H4, let's see what H4 is saying. Yes, so there's a big fair value gap that is laying down here. There's a big fair value gap that is laying down there. So you can expect price to just trade inside this guy. Then when price comes inside here, since we spotted this zone on the daily time frame, okay? Since we spotted this zone on the daily time frame, when price gets back inside that zone, we can look for a 4 hours H4, that's 4 hours time frame expansion. Okay, when we get a 4 hours time frame expansion, something like this, then that will be our cue that we're ready to sell. Okay, so you know that if you have 4 hours expansion, you should expect H1 to give you FVG. That's a fair value gap before you can trade. Okay, so when we get all of these things that we're already looking out for, we know that we just have to go to the market and press our sell, and of course with the proper risk in place. So that's the view now for CAD CHF. All right, we just want to pull back inside these zones, and then you will sell. So usually this guy alone is enough for us to just look at it from this guy and sell from here. So, but when I took my, I just took my eyes to the back, I saw that that zone was not just there. Price was also playing around with that zone a couple of times. So it makes it even 5 times stronger, okay, than if it's a standalone zone. So I'll be positioned here to see if we can get something out of this zone, okay? All right, let's continue. Something was cooking for Euro NZD, but unfortunately, it has started already. It has started already. So let me just show you in case you want to join in. So, sorry, give me a second. All right. So for Euro NZD, so what price did here was very significant. So this was an expansion, an area of interest. You can even look at it as an order block. You can see this guy as an order block zone. Okay, so we expected price to trade inside this place and buy. Is that right? Good. And then you see that this guy also had a fair value gap. So we're interested in buying from this zone. Now, what has price done? Coming inside this zone, at the beginning of the week, that's yesterday, Euro NZD did something that we like to see. What is it? The candle came down and swept this previous candle's low, and it is rejecting to go to the upside. So we're expecting higher prices on Euro NZD. Okay, we are seeing the way we are building up the trade from the weekly. So we have dropped inside this point of interest. That's one. Two, what has price done now? The candle that dropped inside that point of interest, the next week's candle, which is the week that we are now, has come to sweep the low of that previous week candle. So we are likely going to be targeting the high. So that's weekly information. So let's see what the daily is saying. Now, yesterday on the daily, something nice happened. I also like how this daily candle operated by coming to sweep here and then sweep the high and then close above it with a body. Okay, so you see that we closed above the previous day's body with a bullish candle. So that was very, very good. So going to the H4 now, the trade was on H4. Unfortunately, it had already started, but in case you want to join, you know that it's going to be a bigger risk. All right, because the stop loss already was big. It was about 50 something pips stop loss. So it will be low here at least about 60 pips SL. So if you want to join, that's going to be a higher stop loss. But we are looking to buy this guy. So what did the H4 do? You see that the H4 came and did a sweep and a break here. It did a sweep and a break, and then we had some fair value gap lying down there. So if you go to the H1, you see that there was a very good H1, H2. So there was a fair value gap lying down there. So this is where this trade is currently coming from. Okay. So let me see, how can we capitalize on this trade? Let me see if there's a possible re-entry. For now, there is no re-entry, except you want to expect the trade to run inside these deeper fair value gap zones, which of course, I don't want that to happen. Of course, I don't want that to happen, but we have some lower prices here, where price may trade into. But for now, this one has already started playing out. If you want to join in, you know that your SL still has to be at the protected area, which is here. That will be a bigger stop loss. So if you can just do maybe 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 risk to reward, then that's not a bad catch. But overall, we are expecting price to still run all the way to this high. So even if you don't have an entry here, you know that most definitely when we have something like this, okay, we can now do what? We can always get a re-entry on the next expansion. So that's how we position ourselves. So you see that we are drawing buyers from the weekly time frame, but we are able to enter the trade on the H1.
I see 3 connection.
Okay.
It's your place.
So that we are able to enter the trade on the H1 time frame. So this is how we are always able to anticipate and react to what the price is currently telling us. Okay, so that's that. So in case we don't have an entry now, you know that when we have a new expansion, I like the way what price is doing here. Let me show you. If we can break above like this with a body, you know that all of this now becomes a key level. Abi, see the way price has played around this zone so many times. So if we can break above here and there's a fair value gap, then you can take another trade from here as a continuation trade. All right, you can take another trade from there as a continuation trade as we continue to aim for the higher pricing. All right. So that's that for Euro NZD. That's that for Euro NZD. Let me say something now. If this 4 hours candle should close, let me give us another way of entering before the expansion. If this 4 hours candle should close in 45 minutes without it taking this high, let me show you. If the candle should close the way it is without taking this high, then you can just take your trade from here, put your SL below here. All right. So where the candle closes, you can just take your trade from there, put your SL below this one, and then you can hold the trade. All right. So it's either you wait for an expansion, then you trade from the, from the new fair value gap. Or if this candle should close the way it is, if this candle should close bullish, but without taking this high, then you can just take your entry from where that candle closes, put your SL below the low of the candle, then you can hold the trade. All right. So this guy is looking very bullish. So we're just gonna look at how we can ride on the trade until we reach this high again. Okay. So let's see what else do we have. Let me give us direction for CAD JPY. Don't know if I hope that has not been done already. So yes, CAD JPY is looking good. I like where we are on CAD JPY. So we are still expecting higher prices on these JPY pairs, even though for now we have run into some kind of premium price. Okay, so we're running to a premium price, but for now there's a key level here that is just laying down here. This guy price has interacted here 2 times, and then we had the break. So this guy is going to serve as our inducement. Now this candle that is coming here is also looking at like an inducement. We call this the single candle inducement. Okay, candle just comes and then it closes just either above or below your point of interest. So that's what this candle is serving us. Now, am I going to just go and press buy when price enters here? No. When price sweeps this candle and then touches inside, I'm going to expect a sweep and a break on the H4. That's an expansion. When I get this, I can now trade from here all the way till here, as at least my TP1 should be at that zone. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what it is. So we're going to be expecting for price to do that on CAD JPY. Okay, that's my view for CAD JPY. And then we have a Euro CHF. Let me see. Something is brewing there. Yes. So this one started from the monthly. The information I'm getting here started from the monthly. Okay, I saw something from the monthly time frame. Price swept the previous. Price swept this candle. That's this. Which month was this? Was the month of November 2025. So December came and swept November, and then it has not yet reached the low of November 2025. So we are just trying to complete this journey. Okay, so monthly did that. Now let's see the weekly. Now you see on the weekly time frame, we have had a very healthy expansion here. Let me come here. Yes, we have a very healthy expansion at this point. Okay, now on the daily now, if you are refining it to the daily, you see that the daily even has something more recent at this point. Okay, so we are looking at price doing this, and then we sell off to this place. Okay, so that's what we're looking at now, please. We're looking at price doing one last move inside this, I call it a bus station. When I get this bus station, our train station, we can now start to ride all the way till the draw on liquidity that is lying down here. The draw on liquidity that is lying down here. All right, so that's the view. So we are not doing too much. We're not doing too much. Honestly, we don't always need to spend the whole day analyzing the chart. It's either it's there or it is not there. Okay, so we are looking very good for here on Euro CHF, and then lastly, I'll just do NZD JPY. Okay, yes. So this guy is looking good. Let me break down what I was saying for NZD JPY. Now, stay with me. So we started this movement from here. You see that we took a major low at this point. Okay, so we should trade all the way to this guy. So you see that we have a long way to go. Now, what has price done that is interesting? You see that we have been buying. Now we run into this key level here. Why do I like this place? It's very, very simple. I think I said this on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. At some point, this key level sponsored a sell. All right, it was a sell area. See that price sold from there. And now in the future, now at that same zone, price has gone to break above there with a body. So price can likely use this place to buy. All right. So it's like a flip zone, in case you have heard of flip zones before. That's likely what's happening here. So you see, we had a fair value gap here. We had a fair value gap here. Price has now traded inside of this zone. Now, what's the next plan? We go to the H4 to see if we have an expansion. Now, the H4 is trying to expand. This guy was looking like he's going to be an engulfing for us, but it was not fully engulfing the way we like it, but it was still an engulfing candle. So we can now see, I think there was something on the H1. Yes, this guy is looking like a zone that price may likely come back to trade from. Okay, so this guy is looking like a zone that price may likely come back to trade from. So when price sweeps this liquidity, taps into this fair value gap, let's see what price does, okay, inside of here. If we get a good and interesting reason to trade from it, then you know that we could buy all the way till this guy at least, okay? So we're going to start our journey from this guy. So NZD-JPY is looking very, very good from where we are. Another thing that caught my attention was this whole area. This whole area also caught my attention. You know, there's an expansion here. So in case we don't, that's why I'm not going to buy from here immediately. So in case I don't get a good confirmation inside of here, I'll just wait for here, because there's likelihood of price buying from here. So what we are just doing now is we are positioning ourselves at the different zones of interest, so that when price finally drops inside those areas, we are not caught slacking. So we are going to expect a trade from here or from here. Okay. I think that's GJ. What am I saying? GJ. What's happening on GJ? What's happening on GJ? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, GJ is bullish. I want to buy GJ, but it's not yet ready. I like this low. I like the way price came to sweep this low with a wick. Can you see that? I like the way price came to sweep this place with a wick. So I'm expecting price to trade back all the way to this high. So on the H4 now, my only problem is that H4 did not give me a proper expansion. H4 is just doing this. So this is not an expansion yet. Look at it on the line chart. Can you see? There's no expansion yet. The expansion has to be something like this. Price has to break structure. So for now, there is no break of structure. It's just looking like this. There's no break of structure anywhere. All right. But if we get something like this, then this is now a break of structure. Or we get something like this, this is now a break of structure. Or maybe we can get on the candlestick now, we get a fully bullish engulfing candle, maybe a bearish candle will form, and then we now come and fully engulf that candle. Then we can now look to buy from there. The only reason why I have not added this guy to my watch list is because of this behavior here. There is no form of what's it called? There is no form of expansion yet on this guy, so I'm not interested. Okay, I'm not interested yet. And then lastly, I think this is going to be the last for the day. Euro JPY, very simple. It goes without saying. You can see that this week is currently sweeping last week's low, the likelihood of coming for last week's high. That's one. So daily is doing the same thing. This is a major low. That price is also sweeping with a wick. So I'm expecting to buy till this guy, right? Let's see. Is H4 expanding here? You see, the same thing as GJ. I don't like this kind of price action. It's either it gives me what I like to see or I move away. If I had proper expansion here or on GJ, you know I'm going to buy from here. Like whether I call it on live session here or not, you know I'm definitely going to buy from there. But since it's not clean, it's not neat, so we cannot force it to be what it is not, please. So if we can, price can do something like this, then we are good to go. All right, but for now, you know that we should come for this place on GJ and on Euro JPY. We should come for that drawn liquidity. But for now, since the market is not clearly doing what we want it to do, as our alignment isn't printing itself properly, we have to sit it out and wait for the one that is very, very clear. The one that is very, very clear is the one that we are always going to trade with. Okay. So that's that from me. So let's keep an eye on the YouTube.
AUDNZ is not clear.
Sorry?
AUDNZ.
I did not analyze AUDNZ.
Tito,
Yes.
Tito, check UJ. Check UJ.
Which one? UJ?
Who is talking now?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, check UJ. Check UJ.
Let me see what UJ is saying.
UJ, not US. UJ.
USD JPY.
UJ. AUDJPY.
Are you saying AUD or USD? You say UJ now. UJ is
Okay, AJ, I mean, sorry.
okay.
AJ.
Okay, let's see. All right, AJ is fine. I want AJ to finish his journey. The same thing I have for NZD JPY is what I'm having for AUD JPY. So since this journey started here, somebody can say, but it did not sweep now. Well, it actually did. If you zoom in, you see that there was a sweep with a wick there. Look at it. There was a sweep with a wick. Can you see? So this low that we had here was swept by this candle. So price should go back to go to this drawn liquidity. So let us see. We go to the daily now. Now on the daily time frame, you check what is the most recent expansion. You see that we have been buying, right? We have been buying. So we are very close to drawn liquidity now. So you ask yourself, what's the most recent expansion that funded break of structure? And it is this guy. This is my most recent expansion on the daily time frame. And you can see the way price came back. As at yesterday, I drew this line and kept expecting price to react from there. And price has done a very nice reaction from there. Okay. Now, on the H4, let's see. Okay. H4 is expanding now. Okay, H4 has expanded. H4 has expanded. H4 has expanded. Can you see? H4 has expanded. So this is good. This is good. So how do we enter this guy now? Let's see. Where do we have fair value? Where do we have imbalance? So there's no imbalance in all of this. Let me check 45 minutes. There's no imbalance in all of these guys. So what I'm going to wait for, I'm going to enter QMR style. That's the sweep and break style. Okay. Since I don't have a good imbalance, I'm going to enter using the sweep and break method. That's the QMR method. Let me see. Okay, I think it's most clear on the 45. Look at it here on the 45. So we have all of this as a sweep, and then we break, then we have a inducement. So all of this now is, all of this now is looking like inducement build up for me. So we are sweeping here, we break here, this is inducement, expecting price to do something like this, and then we can trade. So this is the only place I can call. Since I don't have any imbalance within this range, the only thing that looks good for me right now is this 45 minutes order block that is using this guy as a inducement. So this is what I'm going to be looking at for AUD JPY, please. So this is my view for AUD JPY. This order block that I'm looking at. Somebody was saying AUD NZD. Mr. Val, have you seen this one? I don't know if somebody was asking for it.
Please go ahead. You already analyzed that one, so then.
Okay. All right.
If you are done, you can close the session.
All right. So I think we are good. I think we are good for today. So it's already 10:30. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. It's always a very great time with you. So we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.